welcome to this brand new edition, 27th edition of the Lockdown. Can't believe how quickly everything's going. It's wild. We're on episode number 27, but I hope you've been having a bumper week. Awesome time, that you're getting back on track with your life and that you are slowly starting to reintegrate everyone into society around you and having a lot of fun while you're doing it. We have an absolutely incredible lineup for you today on the Lockdown. I'm very excited. From music to celebrities to influencers, right the way through to cocktails. I mean, could you get a better edition of the Lockdown? Very cool. So kicking off with a bit of good news, and it's still good news that we wanted to push. If you don't know, GoodLuck has managed to land a full high school scholarship with 430,000 Rand for one deserving game changer and learner from standard or grade, whatever it is, 8, right the way through to matric. And it's an internationally recognized online education, top class, around the world. So you're studying with students from all over the world. And the institute is called the Valencia Institute Scholarship. GoodLuck and the Lockdown, we're looking for that perfect person, that candidate who is just deserving of the scholarship. So if you know that person, all you have to do is email admissions@valenciainstitute.com with the subject line, GoodLuck Cares Valencia Institute Scholarship. I'm going to put it right here on the bar. So it's admissions@valenciainstitute.com, subject line, GoodLuck Cares Valencia Institute Scholarship. Please, guys, if you know that person who you really think is deserving of this, go for it. Go and put them in touch with the foundation. We really want them to have the full value of the scholarship. 430,000 Rand, it's a massive deal. So help us find the perfect person for that. And then also, big news and very exciting news, and it relates to our first guest. We have Biggy live on Get Lucky Streaming this Saturday. Obviously, GoodLuck was the first edition of Get Lucky Streaming. And our second edition is a wonderful guest. You guys remember that song, Dames? Say me wat jou naam is. I mean, who could forget it? Epic song. All partied to it at least once on some dance floor somewhere. Well, the singer, the writer, the legend Biggy is going to be chatting to us today on the Lockdown, but also he's going to be performing live at the second edition of Get Lucky Streaming. So please, guys, get your tickets, support local music. You know, what we're wanting to do is we're just wanting to get the concept of Get Lucky Streaming out so that we can help artists get through this pandemic and show your support like you did for us. Show your support for other artists. I promise you it's going to be a phenomenal concert, and you'll hear why when I chat to him. So definitely get your tickets for that. And yeah, so Biggy, guys, he's got a new single that he's just releasing this week called Boet en Sarkie. And apparently if you're an Afrikaans kid and you went to school, you know these Boet en Sarkies like John and Jill. You know, it's like us English kids. It's the book that all the kids read. And so he's got a song coming out on Friday called Boet en Sarkie, so go check that out. And then he's going to be live on our show on Saturday. Grab your tickets. But if you don't know who I'm talking about, you're going to find out right now. This is myself chatting to Biggy live on the Lockdown. Biggy, say me wat jou naam is, but I had to, sorry.
No, it's cool.
Man, it's really nice to have you here for the Lockdown. Welcome. Yeah, really cool. Very nice to have you, man. In the studio for the first time.
Yes.
I think you're going to have to make at least 1 or 2 songs here in your future.
Yes, obviously.
Well, you're welcome anytime. You are an incredible story. You had a song that literally blew up like no other song that I've seen in South Africa in the history of the music industry, and pulled you into this like new level of fame and new level of living. But your backstory is a challenging one, right? And so I'd love to just fill me in on how it happened for you and where you were and then where you are now.
Yeah, so before obviously the whole Dames blowing up, I was staying in PE, and I was still living with my parents. And yeah, I was working, I did some engineering jobs. I was actually with one company for a year and a half, fresh out of school. And then I got retrenched, and I had no money, I had nothing, you know. I was like, falling, I don't know what's gonna happen next. And then I got another job at a glass company where I was also doing some engineering work on machines and so on. And then basically I was on my last month of like basically probation, where, you know, where they decide are they going to keep me or not. And the guy like called me into the office and he's like, dude, this is your last week, you know, we had fun and all that, but yeah. So I was like, you know, down in the dumps. I was like, don't know what's gonna happen now. And then I think on my second last day, I got the phone call from a label in Joburg, and they're like, guy, we need you to fly up, we want to meet you, we want to chat. And yeah, the rest was history. Yeah.
So you were making the music kind of part-time in the evenings after work?
Yeah, like Damas wasn't just laying around there, and you know, Good Looking and Losk and all the songs were there, but we just released it independently on like SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And then Damas kind of blew up through SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Because we saw like between all the other songs, this song is like, it's getting a lot of plays.
Yeah.
People are playing it in clubs and we're seeing these videos, and for me it was so nuts because nothing was happening to the music I was making, because it was much deeper, you know, there was like love songs and shit like that, because I thought that's where it's at, you know, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And then when we made Damas, it was this whole new thing, and me and my producer were sitting like, fuck, we must actually like try this, we must, you know, play with this game, because it's so much easier in a way and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And then when I actually saw, you know, people dancing in the club to Damas, and you know, the smiles on people's faces, and obviously, you know, I felt like that's what I want to do. I want to see people happy, I want to see people dancing, and I don't want to go to a show where I'm just standing with a mic stand and I have to chill, you know, and I also want to...
You want to create a vibe and an energy. Oh man, that's super cool. I mean, what an epic story. You know, just that you had that transition and that you came pretty much from nothing, and one song just turned your life around, you know. I remember, because it took a while for that song to blow up, but people think it was overnight, but it wasn't actually, because I remember somebody played me your video probably about 8 months before it was like a big hit. Somebody played it to me because I put on Facebook, I was looking for somebody similar to Jack Parrow but not Jack Parrow, and someone was like, oh, check this guy out, and I clicked your video and it had only like a few thousand plays, and it was out, you know. And then the next thing, something just changed, and it was like...
It went nuts. I think as well, like the memes, obviously, because, you know, it's humorous and all that, and obviously for an Afrikaans song, on like a dope beat, you know, something you would expect a DJ to play without vocals or whatever the case is, you know, that I think that was the main thing. Obviously the beat, the catchy hook, and then the memes people made, like it really went nuts. Like the first meme I saw, I was like, yes, these people are gonna make such a big joke out of this thing, you know. And then when I just continued, I saw like, shit, okay, there's bookings coming in now for shows, you know, obviously making some money, and you know, it's actually becoming a job now, you know. I can't say, okay, cool, because I remember like my granny phoned me and she's like, you know, and this is like at the peak where I was doing all my shows, and it's after the whole blow up of Damas. She like phones, she's like, now what you actually gonna do now for a job? So I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna do anything now really. And that's when I realized, like, this is it, you know. This, you know, and especially before the lockdown, we did so many things. There was no time to like sit at home and, you know, not do anything. So for me, I really wanted to make the best out of this whole thing, and, you know, give it my all to actually love music, and just that's where I want to be at till whenever I get old or whatever, you know. And
no, and you can. I mean, you know, it's obviously it's scary to make that decision in the beginning, even with a hit. It's not like you say. I mean, there's always this expectation from older people. Often they don't think it's a serious career. But what I always go back to people with is like, I was like, tell me one job role where you have to be the product, make the product, sell the product, and like literally, I mean, there's no role in the world like that, you know. But it's a lot of fun, and I think you've got what it takes, and you found your niche, you know. You found a place where you can actually just entertain people. I didn't watch you until I saw you at Get Lucky Summer, which was the first time I saw you perform live. I was expecting, obviously, a short set because you're new to the scene, you've got limited songs, it was a short set, but I didn't expect that level of engagement from you. Like, you're a young artist, but the way that you just won the crowd over so quickly was really, like, for me as someone who's been doing this for years, it felt like you were so comfortable and so natural up there on stage. Like, how do you feel being on stage? Is it do you get stage fright, or do you enjoy just having a rapport with people?
Yeah, you see that in the beginning, yes, because I met my girlfriend when I just started doing live shows. So I was so scared. Like, I remember my first show I did was a show in Stellenbosch, and it was this huge show, and as the years went by, I always saw the posters, and I was like, Jack Barrow's on the lineup, all these big people on the lineup. Here I am going out, I'm flying to the show, and I'm alone in my hotel room, and I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so scared, like I'm gonna walk on stage and they're gonna boo me or whatever, all those negative thoughts. So, when I met my girlfriend, she actually made me chill, and for me it's so cool to be able to tour with her, and she's there to calm me down. Like, I remember doing Rocking the Daisies, which was huge. And I was so nervous.
Man. You were like one of the biggest attractions for Rocking the Daisies.
Yeah, that was so cool for me, because especially for Afrikaans artists, that was so cool for me, and that's what made me so scared of Rocking the Daisies, because I'm an Afrikaans artist heading to
festival there.
Yeah, so that, and then she was there to hold my hand and be like, chill, dude, you've got this, So if it wasn't for her, I would have been like hectic. I would have had stage fright probably until today. But that made me chill. And then obviously, as soon as Damas as well, because people want to hear Damas. I've played shows where people they don't worry about your other songs. They want to hear Damas. So when I see them wanting to hear a certain song, then I know, okay, they want me here, so that takes away that stage fright. And I learned, like, the more you chat and interact with the people, they enjoy that.
Yeah, so, seeing the real person, No, I was blown away. It felt the natural just ease of communication with the audience. It was like, because you're young, and you're new to the scene, and it felt like you've been doing it for years. It was like really easy, and that's really cool. And which brings me to Saturday, because we're doing a massive live stream. You are the first artist other than GoodLuck to be on the Get Lucky streaming lineup, which is really exciting. We're transforming the bottom space into Biggy land. It's going to be like fully your own thing, your own production, your own everything. You've got your own guests coming on the show. And I know a big part of the show on Saturday is going to be you just being very real with the audience and talking to them. And like, what are you looking forward to about the opportunity?
For me, it's just to interact with the people and tell them the story behind the songs, because I thought, like, a lot of people would have, the most asked question is, how did Thomas come along? So for me, it's like, some of my songs, I think of a story, like a new song that's going to come out. I thought of a story and actually wrote. It's not actually something that happened, but it's something people can relate to. I want to tell that story, but not just that. Like, like some of my songs are based on true stories that actually happened to me. So I want to take them into that space and that mindset. When I wrote the song, okay, that's why I said that. That's why I said that. For all those stories to come along, and especially with like the first few songs, me and my producer did, like it was literally Damas, Good Looking, Los Kantege, and that's when the whole thing came about of, okay, this is Biggy, so then I want to write, like, okay, when I wrote this song, I went to a club one night and I didn't have money, and that's why I did this, and and
like unpack it so they can visualize it.
They can see.
The music takes a whole new meaning. So guys, if you don't know, you got to be there. It's going to be a Biggy concert experience like no other. Saturday night, live streaming, Get Lucky streaming on howler.co.za. Biggy live in concert for a full hour. We're also going to be doing crazy things like mixing up cocktails. He's going to be mixing up cocktails inspired by his music and his music titles, and then just the stories behind the songs, and I think a really intimate performance that you wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to do at a big festival because it's time pressure and you got to get on and off and all that stuff. So very excited. So guys, get your tickets. Don't just go get them right now. Don't even wait. Go now. And Saturday at 7. And Biggy, what's next, man? Like what's next? Because obviously we're in lockdown and we've got to ride the wave. Like, what's the dream for you? Like, what do you want to do?
Well, for me, obviously, I want to make make music for the rest of my life. I want to do shows. I want to, until, God blesses me to, obviously ride my little wave. But obviously, like, do some business of my own. Like, if when it comes to my personal dreams, I've always wanted to farm.
Cool.
And that's crazy because I actually grew up on a farm. So, and I want to like open up a business. That is something I've always wanted to do. Own my own thing. Except now for the music. And obviously I have the best for my family. And I want, if I have kids of my own, I want them never to worry about anything. I don't want them to feel the way I did. Growing up, I want them to always be covered. My girlfriend, everybody, my mom. I want. That's all I want. I actually just want happiness.
That's a wonderful thing.
That's the main thing for me.
It's a soft guy, Biggy, eh? You're a soft guy, but you're a wonderful person and just a wonderful spirit. And a new shining beacon in the South African music scene. I can say, and you maybe haven't felt this because you've had a lot of success, but well, maybe, I'm sure you're aware of it though. It's very tough for new artists to break out. I call it, there's like a curve in my opinion. And like, if you were before the curve, you're pretty sorted. If you came after the curve, it's very tough. And you have managed to change that around. And it just goes to show you, I think, that like the power of one song, so no song is unimportant because any song could be that one song, right? So I'm going to ask you one last question. And that is just simply like, and you probably get this question a lot, like what would you give your best advice, because there's probably loads of advice, but your best piece of advice that you could give an artist who's up and coming, but also maybe coming from a little bit of a difficult background. It doesn't maybe have the money or the parents to get into studio to make a song. What advice can you give to them?
For me, a big thing is like I was like a victim of that, and it's to never sleep on stuff that you believe in. If you have a dream, go for that. It's obviously very cheesy, but I learned it all there because Damas is an example. I never wanted to finish Damas, but what if I didn't finish Damas? Then I would have never lived up to my dream of being a rapper and making music and doing shows. So that's for me, like, if you have a project, it doesn't matter how small it is or how crazy it is, just go for it. You're either gonna get it right or you're gonna learn.
Yes.
So
Dude.
So if you actually go do something, it's either gonna go the right way or it's not, and it's not like you're gonna lose anything. You're gonna learn, or so that's a big thing for me. Just chase whatever you believe in and it will happen eventually.
Some really sound advice from Biggy, one of the stalwarts of the South African and specifically Afrikaans music scene, doing great things. And we're really looking forward to having you on Saturday. It's going to be a massive show. We've got light, sound, production, the best camera, cinematography, and the storyteller here to take you guys through the music and the stories behind the music. Come and enjoy with us, guys. Saturday, you got nothing else to do. You got nowhere else to be. Be online with Biggy. Thank you so much for joining us on the lockdown.
Thank you so much. Please.
How amazing is Biggy? How beautiful is his spirit and his soul? I honestly just got goosebumps chatting to him. He's such a wonderful guy, so gentle, so kind. And I'm really looking forward to Saturday. Hopefully you guys will join us. Biggy live in concert from the GoodLuck HQ for the second edition of Get Lucky Streaming. He's going to be taking over the whole space downstairs. His own show, lighting. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I know, like he said, he's going to be focusing very much on storytelling. So please do support him and tell your friends. Join in. It's going to be a jaw. Even if you're having a braai on Saturday or you're doing a family dinner, you can have this as your entertainment. It's going to be great. And next to me, right here, right now, I've got two of our hoodies. How cool. Good luck. Very cool. And we've been pushing our merch throughout the whole lockdown series just to say to you guys, get these threads, especially for winter, because it's a very nice and warm hoodie. Trust me, you want to get one of these. But today, what we decided to do, because you guys have been such incredibly loyal supporters of the lockdown, and to all the people who've been watching from the beginning, we know you, we see you. And if you guys do want to get yourself a hoodie, what we're doing for the next 3 days, so up until Saturday, we have got a special discount code for you guys, which gives you a whopping 25% off, which is massive. So all you have to do is use the promo code. It's on your screen, The Lockdown, on our GoodLuck merch store. We'll also put the link as well in the comments section, and you can grab yourself a hoodie or a cap or any combination of merch that you want. These hoodies have like Be Yourself Down the Arm, And they also have a really cool little embroidered Good Luck logo on the shoulder, just so that you can see where you are, where you got this from. So yeah, grab yourself a sick hoodie or a cap or anything that you feel like for now. And we are on to our next guest. Very exciting. This girl, she needs absolutely no introduction in the space of the South African media scene. She's an actress, she's a singer, and she's an influencer. Her name's Nadia Jafta. And if you're like me and you're kind of late to the whole influencer movement, you wouldn't have necessarily cottoned on to her so fast. But she honestly is one of the most effervescent girls from South Africa. She's completely and utterly unashamedly herself in everything she does. And I really respect her. And I'm so excited to be chatting to her today. So check it out. This is my interview with the beautiful Nadia Jafta on The Lockdown. Hey Nadia, how are you doing?
You?
It's so nice to see your face. You know, I feel like I'm your best friend these days from TikTok, girl. You just like always on my TikTok feed every 5 seconds. I love the stuff you create. And I'm very, very excited to be talking to you today. I've been reading all like your bio and stats, and can I just start off by saying I feel like we should be friends because we're very
definitely. Like plans to meet for lockdown.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason, to be honest.
Yeah, I know it's been tricky here. But now tell me, okay, so I'm going to go right back to the beginning because for me, you know, knowing and hearing about you for the first time, I was a little bit late to kind of realize who Nadia Jafta was, and doing a little bit of research into you. I realized like you are the OG of influencers. You're like one of the first. In fact, you're one of the only people I can say that you can actually call yourself a real influencer because you came in that time and you've stuck it out and you've had the most incredible career, not just on like the influencer side, but like you've taken it to TV, media, film, like you've just literally dominated the media space in South Africa. What has the journey been like for Nadia Jafta?
Yeah, I think like you said, I'm dominating. I don't think I'm dominating yet. That's something I really want to do, but I'm trying to, you know, do as much as I can while I'm still young, while I have the chance, while I still have no responsibilities. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, my passion is acting. So I just finished filming my first movie. That was supposed to actually be in cinemas before lockdown happened. So that got. And then also I'm releasing another song soon. It's a really cool collab. I can't say it though. It's literally going to be like released today. So we'll probably know by the time they watch it.
That's so exciting. It's so exciting.
Yeah. Obviously like a bunch of collabs with brands that I really love. And then just having the opportunity to make a living through what I do.
Yeah. No, I mean, you've really kind of got this vivaciousness and this charisma that like, no, not a lot of people have. It's a special gift. And I can tell because I know, I mean, one of my favorite things about following your Instagram and your kind of social media aspect of side of things is your interactions with your family. And like, what made you kind of decide that they were such characters that they needed to be a part of your story? Because I think it's obviously a bold move, but it really works. Like people love it.
No, exactly. People love being in that intimate space with me. And I started off, you know, not too long ago doing videos with my family and my mom, and people just love my mother. A lot of people when they meet me, they're like, you know, we love you, but we love your mom more.
Oh, it's so cool.
Get that all the time. And then recently my grandfather moved down to South Africa from Lebanon, so he's also gotten in on the action, and people just really love both of them together, and then all three of us together, that's like even better treat.
So cool. It's so cool. You guys prank each other. You guys are just like constantly playing tricks and games and having banter, and it's like it's so much fun to watch. It's so entertaining. You know, it's this because I mean, I know you're doing movies and you've done TV shows. You obviously did the Tropicana Island as well, and which you won. Crazy, well done, very cool. You know, but it's just like this Jaftha family situation, maybe like a future reality TV show, maybe.
Literally, that's what we had been discussing before lockdown. there are some, some production houses that really want to do a reality TV show on the family, but my only holdback is that, that's going to give people the opportunity to see everything, and then there's no privacy. It's just other ball game,
Yeah.
And the rest of into social media, so I don't even know if they want to be a part of it.
No, I think they do. Like, look, I mean, I know what you're saying. It's a tricky one because obviously it's super invasive. But at the same time, like, your family dynamic is just so great, and I think a lot of people feel heartwarmed by it. They feel like it's just fun to watch. It's like a bit crazy. And I just love how real you are. Because I think, a lot of in the influencer space, you'll know this and you'll probably agree, there's a lot of fakeness, and there's like a propensity to easily kind of go down that road. If you want to become an influencer, or if you want to become somebody who's well known on social media, there is a real like danger of just losing yourself completely. And I think what's wonderful about you is that you've never done that. You've always been 100% Nadia Jafta. How have you managed to keep true to you the whole way through without getting too influenced by other people?
I think, at the end of the day, what people decide to show on their platforms is just a reflection of who they are. So if you're going to get people that are, kind of doing things, putting other people down to kind of get more clout on their name, or like talking crap about people online to get more clout, that's a reflection of who they are really. Like, that's something that I've never done. It's something that I had no interest in doing. So I don't think that's something that the industry can do to you. I think it's just an extension of who you are as a person. And if that's the case, then you really need to reflect on why you want to be in this space. Do you want to push a positive message? Do you want to have like that impact for change, or do you just want to bring other people down?
That's so cool to hear, man. Like, I like you more now. I think we should be friends even more now. So listen, I've been dropping hints with you left, right, and center. I know you've got a song coming out, or you've just had a song being released. But I've been dropping hints that you need to come into our studio and do a song with us too. So we're gonna make that happen eventually, right? When lockdown is more chilled.
I really, really want to do that. Like, I'm genuinely such a big fan.
Oh.
That would really be cool.
It would be so cool. I'd love to write with you, and I think we just have so much fun. We'd probably write the most fun song ever. It would just be like oozing funness. Wouldn't know. People would not know what's gonna hit them after they hear that song. But quickly, just reading about you, like some little random facts which I thought were really cute. Apparently, you, as a kid, you love ballet, and that was like one of your favorite childhood memories was just dancing in a tutu in front of your family, and like, obviously you love the spotlight from an early age, which is cool. What other childhood memories do you have of being a kid and being a little bit crazy outside and just growing up in Cape Town?
So basically, I have an older brother, and then I have 4 brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
So growing up, older brother,
that's a lot. Carry on.
Yeah. My older brother, because I'm the second eldest. So growing up with him, I was always kind of like the guinea pig, and I was always tag along with him and his friends, and like I would always test the stunts out first with a stunt bike, and then obviously, if you're from Cape Town, you'd have been at Grand West every Saturday. So everyone that went to Grand West is a professional ice skater.
Yeah,
in some way.
Of course.
A professional ice skater if you've been to Grand West. And then there's a lot of things. I used to love tempum bowling. I'm really good at tempum bowling as well, because I used to do all those kind of things with my brother and sometimes my mom growing up.
Cool. So you've been like big family, lots of love obviously in your family, and you guys love spending time together, and like I think it's so cool that it's a testament, I think, to fun big families that support each other, that you get individuals like you coming out of the mix where you can see you've had a good upbringing, you're confident, and you like exude light, which is really cool. And so you had 4 brothers, you said 4 brothers and a sister.
Brothers and a sister, but my younger brother and sister are from my mom's second marriage, and then I have this from my biological father, and then me and my brother are my older brother are from my biological mom and dad.
Okay, cool. So nice, big, happy family. That's super cool. And no, I mean, I think, you know, maybe it's not right now immediately in the pipeline, but I'm sure at some point someone's going to just come to you with an offer that you can't refuse for the Jaftha Family Chronicles, and you're going to have to do it.
That's actually a really cool name. We're trying to think of a name to just, you know, that encompasses everything. So
yeah, the Jaftha Family Chronicles. Okay, if you could hear it right now, maybe, I don't know, because it's so fun. There's so much, there's like playfulness, drama, intrigue, like you guys are pranking each other.
People don't even know the half of it, like what actually goes down.
Really?
People don't. They just decide to record and decide is like, you know, friendly enough to watch so that people can actually laugh. But there's actually other moments where we do have those genuine family, you know, tiffs and arguments and stuff. That's the kind of thing on a reality show that you wouldn't actually want people to see, but it's stuff that people want to see. They love the drama, you know, so.
No, I think the thing is that, like, it makes you guys relatable either way. So even though, you know, obviously there's certain stuff that you want to keep private, but if you're gonna do a family show, and I think if you're really being true to who you are, you got to let it all hang out, you know. And every family, like you will know, has its ups and downs and sideways moments, and so I think it would make for some great TV and a lot of fun. And I think your grandfather would be like the star for me because he's such a legend. But yeah. So cool. And I've seen you, like, I mean, you've had a phenomenal career, you know. How is the journey? Has it felt like organic and kind of manageable? You know, going from being a young girl, growing up, going to Milnerton High, I believe, like literally transitioning to being on massive billboards in like in Canal Walk, you know, in Century City, and starring in movies and all this stuff. Like, has it felt like really quick, or has it felt sort of organic and sort of manageable for you?
I think, you know, it felt organic for me because I had nothing to compare it to. Like, something like that had never happened to me, where I was literally doing something that I genuinely love, and then, you know, opportunities just coming from it. And it's so refreshing when you're given the opportunity to do what you love, and then you can keep on creating in your own way. And then, you know, with those things, your audience evolves with you into whatever you decide that you want to do at that time, you know. I don't think us as human beings should be boxed into doing one thing for the rest of our lives. Like, we were given various talents to explore them.
Yeah, I don't know. I love that. Yeah, I agree. I know. Well, everyone's going to have an opinion about you and what you do at the end of the day, as long as you staying true to you. And I think that you're such a sort of a force of powerful female energy. Like, a lot of people look up to your confidence and your energy, the energy that you exude, you know. So yeah, the fact that you're saying things like this, I think it helps a lot of people, because there are always going to be opinions about what you should and shouldn't do, right? But as long as you...
And I'm the type of person where I want everyone to like me. I don't like to be on bad terms with anybody. I like to talk about things. And when you're in this, you never get that closure. And it's something can bug on you, because you just want to understand, okay, I understand you don't like me, but why? What's the reason? Time when it comes to online hate, there isn't a reason. You know?
No, the thing is, it's a very interesting topic you bring up, and I think I've always like pinned this to the music industry, but it's not strictly the music industry; it's just the entertainment industry in general. You know, there's like a big focus in New Zealand at the moment on like mental health in the entertainment industry, and a lot of it has to do with that, just dealing with the different opinions of what you do and how you process it, and it's not easy. Like, and the more famous you get, the more of it you get, right? I mean, it doesn't stop, so you just have to, like, I think you have to ignore it. There's no other way around it. You just have to ignore the haters and understand that it's coming from a place of maybe insecurity, and just do what you do and stay true to your heart and just keep being wonderful. I mean, you can honestly say this with confidence. 99.9% of people who follow you love you and love what you do. And that's why you're doing it, for them, not for others.
Exactly. That's why you keep doing it.
Yeah.
For those people who do, you know, the effort that you put in.
Yeah, and you've got a fantastic fan base. And Nadia, Tell me what's next for you, my girl. What's like, okay, the song, big deal, but besides the music, what else is next for you?
So I definitely want to be doing more acting, you know, delving more into that sort of space. So I am doing a online talking like accent course. So it focuses, it's like pronunciation, vocals, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing that online course, and then, you know, hopefully go into the acting space, release more music, and then just try and open and run a few businesses on top of the few that I have at the moment.
Oh man, I love your hustle and I love your vibe, and very excited to make a song with you. And just keep bringing all the love to South Africa. Like there are a lot of celebrities out there, but not everyone has the positive effervescence that you do. So on behalf of everyone, thank you for being you and for sharing it with us and sharing your family with us. And if we want to find you on socials, I mean, everyone should know by now, but in case they don't, where can they find you?
Everything is at Nadia Jafta, Jaftha, not PHA.
You can see it right here on the bar at Nadia Jafta. We've got it on the screen just below, just for you. Go and follow her. If you don't already follow her, trust me, hours of entertainment. You can go through her Instagram feed. You can watch all those videos. Like, just, you know, don't watch a series for one night. Just go watch her family videos. You'll have a lot of fun. And you're also on TikTok as well, doing some great things on TikTok, having a lot of fun with that. So go check her out there. Nadia, it's really cool to have you on the show. Thank you so much for your time today and for being such a powerful girl.
Thank you so much. We need to make that song soon.
We will, yeah. Next couple of weeks, man. Or next, should we say next like 2 months? I mean, look, the studio's open. It just depends on you. If you want to come here with your mask and your hand sanitizer, you know, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
Wait till it's more easy. Cool. Nadia, thanks again. So we'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for being on the lockdown.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I enjoyed hosting it. Such a star, and I'm really serious. I really want to be her friend. So hopefully we're going to get in studio together and make that song and make it all happen. But guys, you know, notwithstanding music influences, fun times, all these things that we're missing out on, another thing we're missing out on, and I'm sure you're missing out on, is just going out and having a good drink or good cocktail. And today I'm chatting to somebody who actually was very affected by COVID-19. He had to close his restaurants. Tragically, obviously that's not great, but one thing that did emerge from it is he managed to come up with a really awesome, new, innovative idea to have a new business and something completely different. And very creative thinker. His name is Marcel. We're going to chat to him. He started this wonderful cocktail club called Dick's Cocktail Club. And if you're like me, because I'm not a big drinker, but I absolutely love a good cocktail. So if you're like me and you enjoy cocktails or you enjoy the old pina colada, then this next segment you're going to love. And I just think it's really cool at the moment to support local. You know, if you guys have other businesses out there that you'd love us to feature on the show and you'd love us to talk about, please head over to our Lucky Ones group. The link will be in the page just on the side here. Click on it and just tell us about it in the Lucky Ones group. Any business or anyone that you think we should feature on the show, you tell us. You know who's out there. You know who's doing fantastic things. We want to hear from you. Also, if you would like to donate to our charity, the Backer Buddy, the Good Luck Feeds program, which is still currently feeding thousands of people every single week through COVID-19, through the various charities and organizations that we are supporting with food and food trucks being delivered every week. Please go to our Backer Buddy page. It's bit.ly/GoodLuckCares. Here's the link for you, and donate what you can. It's still very difficult for a lot of people out there, and we must not forget, as the wheels start to turn, that, you know, it's a lot easier for some of us to come out of this, but some people it's very tough. So please do donate and give generously. But for now, here is my discussion with the lovely Marcel from Dick's Cocktail Club. Check this out. Hey Marcel, how are you doing? Welcome to the lockdown.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Super cool to see you. I'm good. Surviving, you know. We're both in the same industry. We're both in the sort of entertainment, hospitality industry, as it were. And you know as well as I do, it's been tricky, hey? It's been a difficult time.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go straight for the jugular. Tell me about your story, because you have quite a crazy one recently. A lot has happened to you and to your business. Talk to us how it all transpired.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have a couple of restaurants in Johannesburg, and that was our only source of income,
Yeah.
as well as for people that were working for us and still are. We were forced down, we were forced to close doors, to flatten the curve of the coronavirus spread, and that equated to no more income for any of the people that worked. So
Crazy.
we had to find, we had to find new ways of how are we going to make an income and how are we going to keep these.
I mean, dude, what did that feel like? Because I think, there are a lot of people out there right now that are just kind of also so many people that are feeling the pinch and I suppose have worked their whole lives to build something up. And like you have, something that you're obviously passionate about and you've thrown your heart and soul into. And like, how did it get to that point for you? And, what did it feel like to actually make the decision? Okay, like we can't kind of keep pushing a boulder up a hill. We need to stop and we need to reevaluate and be creative. Like, was that process traumatic for you, or how did it feel?
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was obviously heartbreaking, like not being able to open the doors anymore, or at least for a while. But my mind constantly keeps running, and we're constantly thinking of new things to do. Even if the restaurants are open, we're thinking of what are we going to do next? What are we going to do to keep the crowd from coming here, or not from coming here, but keep them coming here and keep people entertained and stuff. So I'll be lying in bed and I'll be thinking, during the coronavirus lockdown, I'll think, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are people missing at the moment? What are people, what are people craving at the moment, and how are we going to fulfill that gap? So
that's how you dreamt up Dick's Cocktail Club.
Came about the cocktail club.
Yeah, it's a great idea. So tell us a little bit about what it is and how you came up with the concept in the beginning, because it's a really, 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 really creative way of spinning something fun still in the situation that people are in at home. They can still have that little bit of pizzazz when it comes to like having a drink at home. It doesn't have to just be boring old beer from the fridge. How did you come up with the concept, and talk to us in detail what it is about?
Yeah, I'll happily. So we've kind of, being in the hospitality industry, we have to kind of try and keep up with the latest trends that's happening overseas. In South Africa, Johannesburg's always looking towards Cape Town, as well as to what's happening in Cape Town and what's very popular there. So we saw there's an international trend that started, a couple of years ago, that South Africa has kind of only adapted, I would say maybe in the last 5 to 6 years, which is like the moving towards cocktails. And I think maybe the gin thing started that in South Africa, where it's like, it's not just grabbing a beer out of the fridge, or it's not just ordering a draft. It's having a spirit and having a mixer and then garnishing it with something which ultimately creates a cocktail. So people were exploring that a little bit more. So obviously with the restaurants being closed, we were like, we looked at our books and we were like, what is the reason that people come to any of our restaurants? Firstly, obviously it's socializing. And then the second thing is, it's also obviously the drink. So we looked at what sells the most, and it's our cocktails that sell the most. So we were like, how are we going to keep people entertained during the lockdown with cocktails? And making cocktails also ultimately becomes a social thing in itself, because it's building something, creating something. So that's how we thought, how are we going to do this? And that's how Dick's Cocktail Club came about. We didn't want to, there's a lot of products on the market that's already pre-mixed, which is bottled cocktails, which is also a great product. But we wanted to kind of break it and have the person at home, our consumer, ultimately build it for them, so that they can also, we get a lot of queries at the shops being like, this was too sweet, this was too sour. And then we adapt it and we make it perfect for that person. So now we've given that to them in their own homes.
So in a nutshell, it's a box of make your own cocktail, everything you need to make it that is delivered to you. Is it like, when you say it's a club, is it like on a subscription basis, or is it like one-off, or can you, is it a great gift idea? Because this is sounding to me like a really cool gift idea for somebody. Like, how does your business model work?
Yeah, so we have different models. So we've got the once-off cocktail boxes that you can buy. So I'll give you an example. You can buy a Paloma cocktail box, and that would give you a full bottle of spirit. It would give you all the syrups and stuff that we make. We bottle it for you. We'd put the garnishes in for you as well, and then certain boxes might contain the glassware needed as well. Those boxes is at a separate price. Then we've got the membership option, which you can choose from a 3-month, a 6-month, or a 12-month subscription.
Yeah.
And you pay one price throughout the entire year. So our 12-month subscription is 625 Rand a month, 625 odd Rand a month, which you'll pay that exact amount every month, and you would get a full bottle of spirits plus more than one different cocktail that you can make at home. And you get to add to your home bar, and you get to add to your mixology knowledge. So,
Mixology, I like that. That sounds like that's the College of Knowledge, the mixology knowledge. Cool.
Add to your knowledge of booze.
Yeah, that's super great. Yeah. No, I mean, I actually, for me, mixology is it's like making a song, because I mean, I'm not a massive drinker myself, but the one thing I have a special weakness for is cocktails, probably because I have a sweet tooth. And my favorite is a pina colada, but I must have had, I don't know, a pina colada every single hotel that I've been to. And it's so funny how few people actually get it right. It's such a simple cocktail, but there's such an art form to it. It's such finesse, it's all about your ingredients and your portions, and just getting that balance. And it's difficult.
Ratio.
Yeah, your ratios. Yeah, it's tough.
That's ultimately what you do, is you find a favorite drink. I mean, a lot of people do this with hamburgers, but you find your favorite one and you always compare it to everywhere you go to see if you can top what you've established as your favorite. And now we kind of just let you make it your own, and you can adjust accordingly
as you go.
Yeah.
Super cool. So tell me now, if everyone wants to get in touch with you, best way to find you on social media or on a website, or and by the way, I think these are really cool gift ideas. So, something that you can send to a friend, which is awesome. And this time, it's tricky to think of cool gifts. And this is a really fun one. So what is the best way to get in touch with Dick's Cocktail Club?
We're on the majority of the social media networks. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, as well as www.dickscocktailclub.com. So check it out, or whatever is the easiest way for you.
Awesome. Guys, go check it out. Support local. I also love, before we let you go, I love that you guys are supporting the Tears Foundation as well. For those of you who don't know anything about Tears, it's basically a crisis intervention, advocacy, counseling, and prevention education service for those who have been impacted by domestic violence, sexual assault, and abuse at home. And I just think this is a very topical thing at the moment in this country. Obviously, gender-based violence being a huge issue we're dealing with, especially now that the world has kind of gone back to consuming alcohol, which is, a difficult thing. So we're always saying drink, but we're always saying drink responsibly, I think is the key word. And I think it's wonderful that you guys are still showing your support you're showing your support, and you're trying to make a difference. And a percentage of the profits of all of these cocktail boxes purchased are going towards helping this center, do their work and make a difference for those who are struggling with domestic abuse. So well done. It's really cool.
Thank you.
And well done for just thinking outside the box, during this time. You guys are doing a great job at being creative. So everyone must just get down, support Dick's Cocktail Club, go grab a box for your friend, go subscribe if you can, and support local. And let's keep those who are really pushing the boundaries in the hospitality industry at the moment afloat, because it's down to us to determine whether or not our friends, our colleagues, our South African citizens make it through this time. So thank you so much, Marcel, for joining us on the lockdown and for your time. It's super nice to have you.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you soon, I hope. Definitely. I'm looking forward to hopefully sipping a cocktail with you next time I'm up in Joburg.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Good.
Much love.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Guys, it's been such an epic episode. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in. I'm really grateful to you. Don't forget to book your tickets to Biggy this Saturday. It's going to be a massive show. Support local artists. check out the link in our comment section. Go and grab a ticket. They're just 100 Rand for a normal ticket and 180 for a VIP, which is really not a lot when you consider that you can have one ticket for the whole family. So you can literally have a whole braai and have one ticket, and you're doing a lot to support the artists and helping them get through this time. And yeah, so do head on over to that and help us help Biggy. Also, not only can you book a ticket for that, you can also grab some merchandise and use that promo code, which was Get the Luck Down. That's the right one, the Luck Down. You can check it out here. Head over to our merch store and grab a hoodie. Otherwise, guys, we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. We're sending you so much love from myself and the boys and the whole Good Luck crew. Till next time, look after yourself, look after everyone around you. Good night and good luck.
Get Lucky streaming in proud partnership with Gordon's Gin are pioneering a whole new concert experience, bringing you 6 unforgettable live streaming shows featuring GoodLuck, Biggy, The Kipness, Max Harrell, Jack Parrow, Kurt Darren, and more streamed live directly to you. Featuring the Gordon Circle Interactive Zoom Room and a live cocktail experience by our legendary mixologists. This is a concert series you don't want to miss. Book your tickets now at howler.coza.